Does that exceed our cost of capital? Next page really goes through the cost of capital. And a couple of other things to realize about the MLP structure. Clearly, it cuts out a layer of taxation, and that adds efficiency, and that's very attractive. There's also a fair amount of elegance to it in at least two respects. One is it's fairly easy to calculate your cost of capital for an MLP, and I'll walk you through that in just a second, and you can see the results on the page. The second is, in an MLP, when you earn in excess of your cost of capital, then you can grow your distributions. That's the entire objective, is to grow the distributions to the limited partners and grow the distribution to the general partner, and clearly those two are mechanically tied together. So the objective is to grow the distributions. One of the ways, other than organic growth, one of the ways that you do that is by investing at returns that exceed your cost of capital. Again, I think we've been pretty successful at that. So what is our cost of capital? Long term, we think about it as 9%. And that's because we kind of take a long-term average of where units yield and where our debt trades and what it costs us to issue debt. If you take snapshots in time, I think you'll see that we're typically on the high end at 9%, that the range typically goes below that. You know, at the end of 2012, you can see right there 7.3%. The ends of the years prior to that, current 7.3, end of 2012, 7.2. At 11, it was 7.8, 2010, 8.8. 2009, it was above 9%, and that's because, and so that was right at the end of 2008. Capital markets were in disarray, debt was expensive, yields were high. But again, long term, I think 9% is a very good estimate. We've earned, and you saw it on the prior page, average for 2012, 13.6%. That's a nice spread above our cost of capital. What that means is we can grow our distributions. That excess we're able to grow. And I'm sorry, this is in the appendix, but all the cost of capital is your yield on your equity, so your yield on your LP units, grossed up for what goes to the general partner, so you have to take into account what the general partner receives, and that's your cost of equity, averaged with your cost of debt. And so that's what those calculations are, and that's what the 9% is meant to represent over the long term. And so that means that's what you have to earn in order to maintain your distributions, in order to pay the cost of your debt and maintain your distributions to your limited partners and your general partner. If you earn more than that, then you grow your distribution. Now, Rich covered this. Since 1996, we have grown distributions at KMP at 13% a year. That's a big number over an extended period of time. And one of the main reasons we've been able to do it is because we've invested capital at attractive returns. With that, let me get into one of the challenges, though. So I talked about some of the elegance of the MLP structure. But the fact that we distribute all of our cash to our limited partners and our general partner means that when we want to invest, we have to go back to the capital markets to raise those funds.